Sigma males are often described as the lone wolf of the social hierarchy. They are individuals who don't seek attention, don't crave validation, and don't care much about fitting in with the crowd. Sigma males tend to be introverted, independent, and self-sufficient, and they prefer to stay out of the limelight while still being successful in their endeavors. In contrast, narcissistic women are individuals who have an inflated sense of self-importance, a constant need for attention and admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. They tend to exploit and manipulate people to get what they want, and they have a grandiose view of themselves. So what happens when these two personalities collide? A Sigma male might find themselves in a relationship or interaction with a narcissistic woman, which can lead to a range of challenges and conflicts. Narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, is a mental health condition characterized by a pervasive pattern of grandiosity, a lack of empathy, and an overwhelming need for attention and admiration. Narcissistic women tend to display certain common traits, such as an exaggerated sense of self-importance, a need for constant admiration and validation, a lack of empathy towards others, and a tendency to exploit and manipulate others for their own benefit. On the other hand, Sigma males tend to possess a unique set of characteristics that differentiate them from other personality types. They are often independent and self-sufficient, preferring to rely on themselves rather than seeking out the help of others. Sigma males are not interested in conforming to social norms, preferring instead to do things their own way. They are often introspective and tend to be more analytical and logical than emotional, which makes them well suited to problem solving and critical thinking. When Sigma males encounter narcissistic women, they might find themselves in a difficult situation. Narcissistic women tend to use manipulation and control tactics to get what they want, and they may try to dominate and control the Sigma male. This can lead to a number of conflicts and challenges for the Sigma male, who may struggle to assert themselves in the face of the narcissistic woman's demands. To navigate these situations, Sigma males need to be aware of the common traits of narcissistic women and the potential challenges they pose. By recognizing the signs of NPD, such as a lack of empathy and an excessive need for attention, Sigma males can protect themselves from being manipulated and controlled by narcissistic women. At the same time, Sigma males should be aware of their own strengths and weaknesses, such as their tendency towards independence and their potential difficulty in expressing their emotions. By being aware of these factors, Sigma males can better prepare themselves for interactions with narcissistic women and assert themselves in a way that is authentic and effective. When a Sigma male encounters a narcissistic woman, it can be a challenging and potentially dangerous situation. Narcissistic women often use manipulation and control tactics to get what they want, and they may try to dominate and control the Sigma male. However, there are a number of actions and behaviors that Sigma males can use to protect themselves and shut down the narcissistic woman's attempts at control. 1. Sigma males should set clear boundaries with the narcissistic woman and communicate them firmly and assertively. This may include setting limits on their time, energy, or emotional investment in the relationship. 2. Sigma males should focus on being self-sufficient and independent. By relying on themselves, they reduce their vulnerability to the narcissistic woman's attempts at control. 3. When dealing with a narcissistic woman, it's important to stay calm and composed. Narcissistic women thrive on drama and emotional reactions, so remaining calm can help diffuse their attempts at manipulation. 4. Sigma males should be assertive and stand up for themselves when the narcissistic woman attempts to dominate or control them. This may mean saying no firmly and clearly or challenging the narcissistic woman's statements. 5. By detaching emotionally from the narcissistic woman, Sigma males can protect themselves from the emotional toll of the relationship. This can also make it easier to set boundaries and be assertive. 6. Sigma males should trust their intuition and pay attention to warning signs that the narcissistic woman may be attempting to manipulate or control them. This may include being overly critical or demanding, or trying to isolate the Sigma male from their friends and family. 7. Narcissistic women thrive on power struggles and conflicts. Sigma males should avoid engaging in these types of conflicts, as they are unlikely to win and may lead to more manipulation and control attempts. 8. Even when the narcissistic woman is trying to provoke a reaction, Sigma males should remain calm and composed. This can help prevent the situation from escalating and may even disarm the narcissistic woman. 9. Sigma males may benefit from seeking support from friends, family, or a therapist when dealing with a narcissistic woman. Talking to someone else can provide perspective and support, which can be crucial in navigating these challenging situations. 10. In some cases, the best course of action for a Sigma male may be to walk away from the relationship or interaction entirely. This may be necessary if the narcissistic woman is unable or unwilling to respect the Sigma male's boundaries and autonomy. As a Sigma male, it's important to be aware of the warning signs of a narcissistic woman and to take steps to avoid getting involved with one in the first place. Narcissistic women can be manipulative, controlling, and emotionally draining, and getting involved with one can have serious consequences for a Sigma male's emotional well-being and personal autonomy. One of the first steps in avoiding narcissistic women is to be aware of the red flags and warning signs. These may include excessive self-absorption, a lack of empathy, an inflated sense of self-importance, a need for constant attention and admiration, and a tendency to manipulate and control others. Additionally, narcissistic women may be prone to making grandiose claims about their abilities or accomplishments, and they may be quick to blame others for their own mistakes or failures. To avoid getting involved with a narcissistic woman, Sigma males can take a number of steps. These may include: 1. If something feels off about a woman or the relationship, it's important to trust your intuition and pay attention to warning signs. 2. Rushing into a relationship with a woman can increase the risk of getting involved with a narcissistic partner. Taking time to get to know someone before becoming emotionally invested can help avoid this risk. 3. Look for empathy and emotional intelligence. Narcissistic women tend to lack empathy and emotional intelligence, so looking for these qualities in a potential partner can help avoid getting involved with a narcissistic woman. 4. Seek out healthy relationships. Surrounding yourself with healthy, supportive relationships can help reduce the likelihood of getting involved with a narcissistic partner. 5. Be clear about your boundaries. Being clear about your boundaries and expectations from the outset of a relationship can help avoid getting involved with someone who is likely to ignore or disrespect those boundaries. 6. Prioritize your autonomy. As a Sigma male, it's important to prioritize your autonomy and personal freedom. This means being cautious about getting involved with someone who may attempt to control or manipulate you. Maintaining boundaries with narcissistic women can be challenging for Sigma males, but it's an essential component of building healthy relationships. Setting and enforcing boundaries is critical to maintaining a sense of self-worth and personal autonomy in the face of a partner who may try to manipulate or control you. The first step in maintaining boundaries with narcissistic women is to recognize the importance of doing so. Narcissistic women tend to be skilled at pushing the boundaries of others and can quickly escalate their behavior when they sense that someone is trying to limit their control. This means that setting and enforcing boundaries is essential to maintaining your own sense of self-worth and personal freedom in the relationship. When communicating boundaries with a narcissistic woman, it's important to be clear and direct. Narcissistic individuals may be skilled at twisting language and manipulating the meaning of words to suit their own ends. So it's important to use clear, direct language that leaves no room for interpretation. For example, instead of saying, "I'd prefer if you didn't do that," say, "I need you to stop doing that." In addition to being clear and direct, it's important to be consistent in enforcing your boundaries. Narcissistic women may test your boundaries and push back against them in order to maintain control. If you allow your boundaries to be violated without consequence, it sends the message that your boundaries are not important and can lead to further boundary violations in the future. Some additional tips for effectively maintaining boundaries with narcissistic women include 1. Avoid justifying or explaining your boundaries. Narcissistic women may try to argue with you or convince you that your boundaries are unreasonable. Avoid getting drawn into lengthy justifications or explanations and simply restate your boundaries in clear, direct language. 2. Don't engage in power struggles. Narcissistic women thrive on power struggles and may try to escalate conflicts in order to maintain control. Avoid getting drawn into these power struggles and instead focus on calmly and consistently enforcing your boundaries. 3. Maintaining boundaries with a narcissistic partner can be emotionally draining, so it's important to seek out support from friends, family, or a therapist who can provide guidance and validation. 4. Be willing to walk away. Ultimately, maintaining boundaries with a narcissistic woman may require being willing to walk away from the relationship if necessary. This can be a difficult decision, but it's important to prioritize your own well-being and personal freedom. Being in a relationship with a narcissistic woman can take a significant emotional toll on a Sigma male. Narcissistic individuals tend to be highly manipulative and can leave their partners feeling drained, anxious, and unsure of themselves. Moving on from a relationship with a narcissistic woman is a process that requires time, self-care, and a willingness to focus on your own well-being. The first step in recovering from a relationship with a narcissistic woman is to recognize that the relationship was toxic and that the emotions you are experiencing are normal. It's common to feel a sense of guilt or shame after leaving a toxic relationship, but it's important to remember that you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness in all of your relationship. Once you've acknowledged the emotional toll of the relationship, there are several steps you can take to heal and move on. One of the most important steps in recovering from a relationship with a narcissistic woman is to seek out support from friends, family, or a therapist. Talking to others about your experiences can help you process your emotions and gain perspective on the relationship. 2. Practice self-care. Engaging in self-care activities such as exercise, meditation, or hobbies can be a powerful way to focus on your own well-being and build a sense of resilience. 3. Even after the relationship has ended, it's important to continue setting boundaries with your former partner. This may mean limiting contact, avoiding triggers that remind you of the relationship, or seeking out legal assistance if necessary. 4. Focus on personal growth. Moving on from a toxic relationship can be an opportunity for personal growth and self-discovery. Take time to reflect on the lessons you've learned from the relationship and focus on developing a stronger sense of self. 5. Avoid repeating patterns. Finally, it's important to avoid repeating patterns of behavior that may have contributed to the toxic dynamic in the relationship. This may mean seeking out therapy or engaging in personal development work to address any underlying issues. Moving on from a relationship with a narcissistic woman is a challenging process, but it's one that can ultimately lead to greater personal growth and self-awareness. By seeking support, practicing self-care, setting boundaries, focusing on personal growth, and avoiding repeating patterns, Sigma males can heal and move on from toxic relationships with narcissistic women. In conclusion, navigating relationships with narcissistic women can be a challenge for Sigma males, but there are strategies and techniques that can be employed to protect oneself and move forward from toxic dynamics. Remember to prioritize your own well-being. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel for more helpful content.